and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm talking all about what it's been like to be 35 weeks pregnant. And I finally feel like I've got the lighting a little bit more sorted in this video. In my past couple of videos it's been really hard to get the lighting right with how dark it is outside, and sometimes it's really bad weather and all these different factors, and it's been such an ongoing battle, but I feel like I'm kind of there. I hope that this is better for you guys to enjoy. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into what it's been like being 35 weeks pregnant. So the first thing that I wanted to say, which is really weird to say, is that if you don't know, or you're just jumping onto a few of my videos on this channel but you haven't watched my pregnancy updates from the beginning, then I've scheduled some of these videos kind of a few more weeks in advance, just because when baby arrives, me and Rich just want some time, just the two of us, where we don't really want to do anything. So that doesn't include filming. We just want to enjoy Christmas and December and just have our own family bubble. And then I will of course introduce you to our little baby girl once she's born. But we just wanted a couple of weeks where it's just chill. So with that in mind, when I upload this video, she should be here. And I say that because she could be 2 weeks late, which would lead us around to this date, but she really should be here by the time you're watching this, which is really weird. It's only because I've scheduled all of my videos kind of in advance that I'm realising that the date that this goes out, she'll probably be here, which is really weird to say, and I feel like I'm not prepared for what's coming in the next couple of weeks at all. But it's quite cool to know that. So if I'm a little bit more quiet on social media over the past couple of weeks or this couple of weeks, it's really hard to judge whether she's going to be early, whether she's going to be late. So there's all these different contributing factors. So she could have already been here for a few weeks. But yeah, it's really weird to even say that. But I thought I'd mention it just in case you didn't know that these videos are slightly scheduled. But that's not to say that I don't read all of the comments, and all of you guys kind of interacting with these videos is amazing, and I really hope that I'm helping anyone that is going through pregnancy kind of at a similar time as what I've been doing, because it's really weird to know obviously that you can speak to people that are also pregnant on YouTube, because I have one friend that's currently pregnant, but I don't really have a community of people I can speak to, whereas with YouTube I can, and I love the conversations that we have. So I thought I'd start with that because it's really weird, and only because I scheduled some videos and I realised that these dates would probably mean she'll be here, which is really crazy. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. So week 35, how's it been? It's been eventful. Last week obviously I touched on the fact that I had my baby shower, which was amazing, and if you haven't watched that video I'd really recommend you do, so I'll link it above and in the description box for you if you do want to catch up. But this week, literally on the day that I turned 35 weeks pregnant, my work has obviously known for months that I'm going off, and they had arranged maternity cover. And this week the girl that was meant to take over was literally scheduled to start on the Friday. On the Thursday she emailed to say that she wasn't going to start anymore, and it's been a mild panic at work, not anything that's stressful or anything because I'm the one that's going off. But we've since come to an arrangement and things have been sorted, but it was that day where you think, what the hell is everyone going to do? Who am I going to hand stuff over to? And it's all of this kind of up in the air thing that I personally can't stand, because I love knowing that there's a plan. Even if I'm not involved in the plan, I want to make sure that I'm not leaving somewhere and it's really disorganised. And the role that I have at work requires you to be really on top of it. So yeah, that was interesting, and it was one of those dramas that you just think you cannot make it up. So another kind of crazy thing that happened this week was I got my health visitor letter, and I didn't really know when to expect this. My friend that would have also had a baby by now that I worked with, she had her home visit and she kind of spoke to me about kind of what they say and what they do and stuff like that. So I wasn't blind into it, but when I got it I thought, oh, that's a lot sooner than I thought, but it's not really, because now I'm 36 weeks looking back on how being 35 weeks pregnant was. And so I got that letter on the Friday, and she's coming a week Wednesday, so it was a week and a half notice when I got the letter that she's coming. The annoying thing is that she's coming at like 1 till 3. So I'm going to be working from home that day because it seems a little bit easier than going to work, travelling back, and then when she goes, do I go back to work? Or it's just one of those things, isn't it, that I could just do without. So I'm going to be working from home that day, and then obviously when she comes, I'll kind of speak with her and stuff. I don't really know what they're going to ask, but I'll obviously let you guys know in my next video, because she would have been by then, so I'll let you know kind of what to expect if you're not too sure like I am. But yeah, it was kind of really weird to get that letter, and it starts off with like, your baby isn't like, or yeah, your baby is due soon, or you're gonna have your baby soon or something. And I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. So yeah, that came, which was like exciting, but like also nervous. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's one of those weird things, isn't it, that I knew it was coming, but I think because I've obviously never had a baby before, it's really difficult to know like what they're going to ask. Am I going to be prepared? Am I going to say the right things? But all will be fine, I'm absolutely sure. But this week, little baby girl has obviously been kicking around loads. I've mentioned this before, but she's such a mover, and she literally loves to just like clash around. It's like she's got a marching band in there. She's just constantly moving, which is obviously really reassuring. But again, this week, I think I touched on it a few weeks ago, that she had hiccups again. And it's really strange when they have hiccups, because it's like a movement that is just so weird and it feels so alien. It's because she's getting so much bigger as well. You notice the difference in like kicks, or like when she's trying to beat you up, or if she's got like a little hiccup, or all of these different movements you're beginning to like notice the difference with, and it's really crazy. And obviously she's getting massive. I will show you my belly shot as well at the end of this video, because I'm like so big, and you can probably tell that I'm like so out of breath when I talk in these videos, because even though I feel like she's dropped a bit, it's kind of easier to breathe most of the time, but I'm literally, whenever I like talk for long periods of time, I'm always like, oh my god, and I'm always having to have like a glass of water, bottle of water, keep myself hydrated. But I do really notice it when I film videos, so if I'm a bit like, ugh, all the time, that's why. But hopefully when she's out, that'll get better, because it's like one of the most annoying things. And if I'm at work on the phone to a client, I'm constantly sounding like I've just run a marathon, so hopefully that stops soon. So this week, I don't even know if you'll be able to tell, but I got my hair cut. It's not looking that much different, it's just a little bit shorter. And that's because I kind of realised how little time I had left before she comes. And it's like one of those things that always before Christmas I normally get my hair cut and just like get my nails done, making sure that I feel quite nice. But then I suddenly realised that I only had like a few weeks left until she was due. Getting in and out of town is a bit of a pain, because I'm like waddling and I'm in the car and like things like that. Like I drove to my hair appointment, which is so lazy. I could have walked there, but it probably would have taken me like 45 minutes, because walking is so hard. And then walking back up to my house, I live up on like a bit of a hill, so getting back up, I just don't know if I would have made it. So things like that get more and more difficult like the further you are, and I just didn't want to get really uncomfortable and leave it too late. So I got my hair cut because I thought I'm running out of time. So I just got literally just like the ends trimmed off and stuff like that. Like, I didn't even get it coloured again. I probably will the next time, but I just thought I need to just get like my hair trimmed, because if I leave it, it goes just really straggly, and I just think if she comes up when she's due or like a little bit late, then it's suddenly Christmas and I just will run out of time. So it was one of those things that I made a very like last minute appointment. I was like, oh my god, like I have no time, which was a bit dramatic of me, but yeah, it feels so much better, and I feel like pregnancy has helped my hair quite a lot. My hairdresser did say that like in the front it was a little bit more broken, because like I straighten my hair most days, and things like that, but all in all, I feel like my hair looks a lot thicker, and it definitely looks better than it did like this time last year. So yeah, it looks much more like looked after. Another kind of exciting thing, I suppose, from this week is that we actually finally ordered our breast pump. And I say that and you're probably thinking, why does that matter? But it was the last thing on our list that we needed to buy. So now we have everything that we need. We say that loosely, there's probably like a million things that we forgot, but I feel like we've got everything. Like if we had her today, or if I went into labour now, then I would have everything that we needed. And the breast pump was just the last one, like last thing on the list before we kind of got everything, and I just wanted to research all different ones. I got a double electric one because although I kind of want to breastfeed and give it a go and stuff, I just know personally that I would like want to express potentially instead of like actually breastfeeding, because I feel like that gives you a bit more flexibility, and I think it would just be better for me and like the way that I am, and that's absolutely fine. So I ordered that. That's why I ordered like a double one instead of just like a single one. So I got them, and I also got the Lancino like freezable bags that you can like put milk in and stuff. You can put them in the freezer, put them in the fridge, and I think you can like freeze breast milk for like 6 months, which is crazy. So they arrived today actually, so that's all got now, and I just feel like if we were to go into labour, everything is ready. So that's quite a nice thought. I know that it's one of those things that you just think, who cares about a breast pump really, but because it was the last thing on our list, and it was something that I was like putting off because I wanted to make sure I got one that would work for me, so it took a bit of researching, but we found one, and that's arrived, and yeah, so that'll be interesting. It's just weird to think that I could be using that in a couple of weeks' time. Other exciting and slightly nervousy things this week is that I definitely lost a bit of my Mucus plug, which, sorry, TMI, if you didn't want to know TMI stuff, then you probably should be watching pregnancy updates, but yeah, I began to lose a bit of my Mucus plug, which is like the mucus stuff that like helps like seal your cervix or something. But it wasn't bloody at all. There was no blood. It was just kind of like snot-like, basically is how I described it to Rich, which is gross. But for me, that was almost like a sign where I was like, oh my God, what does this mean? I didn't know whether that meant that something was happening. But then I kind of read online that if there's no blood, then there's no need to like worry. So I haven't like called my midwife about it, but I have just like kept an eye on it, if that makes sense. Like if I were to suddenly wipe and there was blood with it as well, then totally different story. But for the time being, it's kind of been okay. It was just when I saw it, I just like knew what it was, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so weird. Rich's mum said that for Rich's sister, when she had that, she went into labour like 3 days later. So I've been on this like panic mode that I might be going into labour early. But I've had like, since then, and I've noticed that, I've begun to have like a bit more like twinges. I'd even say that they were like mild Braxton Hicks contractions as well. Feel like really like more like period pains, but I can definitely feel my stomach kind of beginning to tighten a little bit. It's not like a full-blown contraction where it's like tightening and release and I'm like, oh my God, this is so weird. But it's these new like twinges that I've never had before that I'm kind of just thinking, this might mean the start of something. And that's made me feel like she is going to be early. And I say that, I don't know whether that's just like wishful thinking. I'm sure some people think that because they just see every like twinge as like a potential sign. But it's really weird, like just, I always thought, oh, she might be late, or I kind of didn't want her to be late because then it would like lead closer and closer to Christmas. But did something happen this week? I think it was the combination of like the mucus plug and beginning to have these like kind of contraction-y period pain feelings. I'm just like, what if something happens soon? And that just means like after I film this video, I'm getting my hospital bag ready, because although I've like put most things just in, I've got like a full box of breast pads. I don't need to take all of them. I've got like loads of packs of maternity pads. I don't think I need to take all of them. Nothing's been washed. I've just like thrown it into a bag almost as a like just in case. But assuming as it's all in there, I'm going to start actually sorting through it. Make sure I've got everything that is at least on like an NHS list or something. So if something does happen, I'm not in this state of panic. So that is like literally my mission after this. I do want to film a like what's in my hospital bag and a baby bag video. And I'll try and get onto that as soon as possible. But for me, because I've had all of these weird feelings, I just like want to make sure it's done. So if something does happen, we can grab the bags and we can go, instead of just having like a mad rush around the house trying to get everything sorted. So that's everything that in terms of like symptoms and stuff. I will show you what my belly's looking like, and then we'll wrap up this video. So this is my bowling ball belly, getting so big. I feel like I've definitely ballooned over the last couple of weeks, and I'm just getting bigger and bigger as the weeks go on. So that's it, like with clothes, and without clothes. Just getting so big. I'm also getting quite veiny, and I've got I can't even remember what that line's called. Mine's really faint, but it does start and it does go down, and that's been quite permanent. So I can't even remember what that line's called, but I am beginning to get it. So I don't know if that's going to darken. I will let you know obviously over the next couple of weeks. I've had these like bumps. They almost look like spots, but they're not. They've kind of emerged from my stomach, but I don't know if that's because I've been applying so many products. And in terms of stretch marks, kind of still there. I feel like they are growing, kind of growing up to here, but they are faint. But I just wish that I didn't like gloat that I hadn't got any, because I've got those, and then again the side ones continue to grow. And these ones have a little bit there as well. I spent so much money on like bio oil, Palmer's coconut oil, stretch mark creams, all things like that. But I do think it's genetic. But no surprise, because I'm getting so big. So that's it for my 35-week pregnancy update. I can't believe that there's only going to be a number of these videos left. It's crazy. If you enjoy my pregnancy updates, and don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. It helps me out so much. And don't forget to subscribe too if you haven't already, because it's only a matter of weeks until I introduce my baby girl to you all. So without anything else to talk about, I'll wrap up this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!